God chooses a spouse for Isaac. Years passed by, and Sarah had passed away. Now Ibrahim was very old, and he was laying by his deathbed and called his servant to help him to do something very important. He asked his servant to go back to the town where Ibrahim was born and where he left his people too. He asked him to find a wife for his son Isaac and not to marry any woman in the area who did not believe in God. And second, not by any means to bring Isaac back to his hometown. The servant wanted to know, how will he ever be able to do it without Isaac's presence? How would he know who Isaac will like? So the time came, Ibrahim passed away, and the servant needed to accomplish his assignment to finding Isaac's wife. So he prayed to the Lord of Abraham. He prayed to the Lord of Abraham for guidance, and he told God, if I go there, please, can I know if you have chosen a wife for Isaac, and that person who is Isaac will marry? Can she say, I will draw water for you to drink, and also for your camels too? Then I will know this is the girl you have chosen for Isaac. Therefore, he left and went to the long journey to Abraham's hometown. He traveled by camels, and when he reached the place, he rested by the well and waited patiently for the signs. A woman came with a jar to fill the water by the well. Abraham's servant asked her for a drink and asked for her name. She said, my name is Rebekah. And yes, of course, I will draw water for you to drink. And can I give some for your camels too? For her wonderful kindness servant knew it was the girl he was waiting for, and it was chosen for Isaac. Also the exact words she said. The servant told Rebekah that he has traveled from a very far journey to find her, and that God has a plan for Rebekah, that he has for to marry a man named Isaac. And God had promised you and Isaac will have many children. Rebekah replied, oh yes, I will marry Isaac, and I always wanted to have a big family. God does answer prayers. So they left the town and back to where they were promised by God to have their descendants. Rebekah and Isaac loved each other, and they got married. While Rebekah was pregnant with twins, they were battling in her womb, fighting. And so Rebekah was confused, and she decided to ask God, why was that the case? Why her babies in her womb were fighting? And God told Rebekah, there are two nations in your womb, and each wants to come out first. But the young one will be a leader over the older one. Whoever is firstborn gets to be the leader, therefore inheriting family's blessings. And then they had twin boys, and they named them ESAU and JACOB. ESAU was hairy and loved to hunt, and Jacob stayed home and made delicious food. Esau was Isaac's favorite, and Jacob was Rebekah's favorite. We already know why Rebekah chose Jacob, because of God saying he is gonna rule over, he's gonna be the leader of the family. Question for you guys who are listening. Do you have children of your own and play favorite game? This is very wrong. You should not play favorite to your children, no matter what. Make sure you love them equally, because it is a sin. You don't want to pass hate down your generations. Brothers and sisters and siblings should learn to love and enjoy each other, because life is very short, and later in life, you're going to need each other. So, respect one another. The story continues. Esau sold his birthright for a dish of soup. one day, Esau came home very hungry, the hunter, and asked his brother for soup. His brother asked him if he can will away his birthright of a firstborn, then he can have the soup. He thought for a second, but his belly was rumbling, and he said, just that? Okay, sure. So automatically, Jacob took Esau's birthright. And so he had his soup. And one day, Isaac was very old. Their father was very old and blind. He asked to see Esau, his favorite son, so he can take up the blessings of the family. When he came to him, he ordered him to prepare a favorite dish so that he can bless him before he dies. So Esau went to kill a sheep to prepare a meal for his father. In meantime, Rebekah, the mother, was listening and asked Jacob to bring a sheep and prepare a dish, and asked him to take the dish first and to fool his father, to pretend that he was Esau, in order to take the blessings of the family. And he wore Esau's clothes, put hair on his hands to fool his blind father. His father wasn't sure about the voice of Jacob, but he was for sure the smell and hair on Jacob's body. And that's how Jacob took away all the blessings of the firstborn. The younger one will be the leader over the older one. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned for our next part to see how Jacob and Esau solve their problems. Until next time, bye.